Hello, you're watching The View from Vauxhall Road, where it's finished here in the National League South. 𝗪𝗺𝗻𝗀 Town 0, Dover 0. In truth, it wasn't a great game, and it was scrappy in places. And the Tudors failed to find the same rhythm as they did at Dartford a few weeks ago. So let's take a look at the highlights from today's game. So those were the highlights and the key moments from today's game. And manager Brad Quinton was fairly disappointed with the point and the performance. And I caught up with him a short while after full time. And here's what he had to say. Brad, a 0-0 here in front of the home fans. It wasn't the greatest of games to watch if you were neutral in terms of performance from both sides, to be honest. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I think even as a manager watching it, very frustrating words of decision making. Our passing wasn't there, wasn't build up. I don't think we strung enough passes of what we do, combinations of what we always work on and what I ask for. Looking at the game, yeah, I think, you know, a point with clean sheet, I'm happy with that, personally. It was one of them games I think you don't really want the fans to really turn up and think, oh, I'll come back again and watch games like this, because it wasn't really entertaining from us personally. I want us to be exciting. But yeah, it's a point at this moment in time.
There are some positives to take out the game. Obviously, Dover came out out the blocks very quickly in the second half. They seemed to have a few chances. The defence were resolute, and King had to make some saves. Were you pleased in terms of defensively how they're starting to organise themselves?
I was pleased with certain parts of our defensive game. Yes, over 93, 94 minutes. Kingy, yes, he's done well again. He's kept a clean sheet. He's been exceptional for me since we've came in, and I think his confidence has grown. He's demanding, and his decision making has been superb. Not just today, but we didn't start well. We didn't carry on where we left off at Dartford. They came in with 3 new players and freshened up their formation and changed. It seemed to suit them, but I wasn't happy with our fitness, our energy levels as such. In terms of our build-up play and when we didn't have the ball. And I let them know about that there, and we spoke about that. And to be fair, they're an honest bunch of guys. They've held their hands up as well, and maybe we were just a little bit off it today.
And there was a slight spark when you made those changes. Jeremy coming on, Luke coming on. There was a few chances in that midway through the second half there. Were you pleased in terms of the contribution that they made, but obviously just didn't quite get that goal that we were looking for? Yeah,
we look at that, and I think Jeremy's done well when he's come on. He's been very positive and he's trained really well, so we'd probably look at that as well. You know, Luke as well and Charlie, I need them to be more determined in terms of keeping their shirt, in terms of wanting to play week in, week out, not just when they come on. So, yes, fair play to Luke. He's come on and he's worked hard again in the build-up play, and we could have scored, possibly. But every single one who starts or who comes on needs to be, you know, showing that sort of energy right from the start.
And it's a busy week ahead. Farnborough on Tuesday, Cheshunt on Saturday. So a busy week in terms of games, but also opportunities there to pick up some points.
Yeah, you know, for me, I was disappointed. I maybe I'm being too greedy since we came in. I wanted 3 points massively today. Apologies from, you know, some fans who are being here today and seeing it first time possibly, but we're a lot better than that. Yeah, and then we move on to Farnborough on Tuesday, which is going to be a good game as well. So we'll work hard for that and do what we need to do to get the right result. But as I said, you know, look back at it. Am I being too keen, too greedy to take 3 points all the time? But it's a clean sheet again, and I'm pleased. So 2 home sheets, 2 clean sheets.
And lastly, you've been in the club a few weeks. Are you happy with the progress that you've made in terms of maybe bring some players in and actually what you've been able to do with the side, the performances that we've seen, maybe bar today? But you know, are you happy in general?
Yeah, I'm loving it. You know, the boys have worked really hard for me. They've enjoyed it as well, and you know, like I said, we're always looking at certain things to help the squad. Not to, you know, dig people out or anything, but I need players wanting to play for this club and wanting to work hard for me. And the players that we've got lined up, it needs to be the right time, because we're, you know, 17 games left. I think now it is. So it needs to be the right blend and the right mix within that dressing room. The players have done fantastically over the short space of time, and I think you can see a massive improvement in their confidence, and we just keep building on that game on game.
So those were the views of manager Brad Quinton, and joining me in the studio is goalkeeper Craig King. Craig, clean sheet for yourself, but Not the greatest performances from both sides, and not a greatest game to watch if you were neutral, really.
No, I'd agree. I think we found it hard today. We couldn't string passes together. We were a bit all over the place shape-wise. We looked tired, to be honest. I know the boys have worked hard Tuesday and Thursday, and even Saturday, because obviously our game got called off. But there's no real excuse for the performance today. But if you're not going to win a game, you'll take a 0-0, especially as a defensive player point of view. All we can do is keep a clean sheet. But yeah, it was a tough day. They matched us up for shape. They enjoyed a lot of possession, but we stayed firm. I think not having a game last Saturday didn't help. We had 2 good games under the new gaffer. We were confident, and obviously it would have been great to get that 3rd game. But obviously it's nice to have another Tuesday game that we could bounce back from. Hopefully take 3 points there.
Does that just show where, in terms of how the expectations and the levels have been raised since the new management team have come in? Is that actually, maybe a couple of months ago we'd have walked off 0-0, thought, oh yeah, great point, we'll go again. Is that the contrast in difference in the last few weeks, that actually you guys are walking off and going, no, that's not good enough?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think the standards have gone right up again. It's been a good, like we've hit the refresh button, started again with the new gaffer. We're a new group. He's got rid of some. He's got new ones in. So we're still working with the new players we've got. But he's brought in good quality players. I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think if we played that 2 months ago, we'd be happy with the point, and now we're not, which shows we're going in the right direction. We are the league's so close, and we've still got playoffs in our sight. We're still aiming for that, so I don't want anyone to think elsewhere that we're not still looking for playoffs, because we are. That's a goal, and we find that achievable. Like you said, standards have gone up, and they're going to keep going up. We're going to keep learning more from the new gaffer. We're still learning as well. New way of playing, new personnel, so I think it will click. I think it already has clicked at a lot of places, but I think, like I said, you're going to take a 0-0 if you can't win the game, so we're moving in the right direction.
I think it's fair to say that, for yourself, you've got a few new players in front of you. You've got Josh at left back. Andrew's obviously come into the team in recent weeks. You've got Josh Hill centre back. So you've had to sort of gel pretty quickly as a team. Do you think that there's signs there that partnership, or that back 4 or back 5 or back 3, whatever system that we play, that you're comfortable in terms of those players in front of you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I played with Josh Hill at Dartford before, so I know what he was about. He's perfect to play in the middle of the 3. He's a leader. He'll talk. I think he'll help Kyle out a lot as well with his talking. He'll learn a lot. Kyle's already said that he's helped him out a lot. So I think that's a great addition. Definitely made us more solid at the back, I feel. Obviously, Josh at the fullback, another great signing from Luton. And then Andrew, I think Andrew's been amazing since he's come in. So I don't think, I'm feeling a lot more confident from us at the back now than I did before. I feel like all together, especially with the new management, we're working harder for each other. There's a lot more togetherness, which is installed, which has been great. And I feel like we're a lot more positive. And like you said, we just take today as a reset, and we can go again Tuesday and hopefully start picking up the points again.
And for you personally, a clean sheet, always good to come off the field with a clean sheet, but obviously you would have liked the 3 points at the same time. You did have to make a few saves early on in that second half. They certainly came out of the block. So there was a one-on-one, I remember, down here. I think the linesman should have put his flag up, to be fair. I was right behind him, and I did make it known that he should have put his flag off. But, nevertheless, you still had to make some crucial saves in that period of time.
Definitely. From a selfish point of view, I've been really happy with my performances as the gaffer's come in. I feel like I'm a lot more positive and confident in myself, especially even coming for crosses at the edge of the box, just trying to help the team out. And I think that's down to the togetherness as well, and the will to want to succeed with a new manager. It's always nice when you've got a great group of people working with you, and it makes you want to play well for them, and like show appreciation and pay them back for what they're doing. Because we weren't in a great place a few months ago, and now that's completely changed. It's a positive environment again, and like I said, we're striving for playoffs once again. And yeah, I'm happy with a clean sheet. I'm always happy with a clean sheet, and that's all I aim for, really, match to match. So,
Well, thank you very much for your time. We'll let you get off and get some food, because I'm sure you want some food after a cold January game. But that's all we've got time for this edition of The View from Vauxhall Road. The team travel down to Farnborough and then on to Cheshunt on Tuesday and Saturday. So hope you can join us then. But for now, goodbye.